What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I have a really fun video in store, and it is one that I've been meaning to make for such a long time now, and it is my eyebrow tutorial. A lot of you guys have asked me on Instagram. Basically, I'm the worst, and I'm just finally getting around to filming these. But yeah, that is what we're doing today, and I'm basically gonna walk you guys through how I achieve this brow look. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me on stories without makeup probably, you know my eyebrows do not normally or naturally look like this. So if you want to stay tuned, figure out how to achieve this look, keep watching and we'll jump into the routine. All right, you guys, let's get started. These are my eyebrows with no makeup on them whatsoever. I have always wanted those full, fluffy, natural looking model brows. So that is kind of what this tutorial is tailored towards. Obviously, I don't have that. I've never really ever had thick or full eyebrows, sadly. So this is the closest I've gotten to the real deal. And yeah, super excited to share all my tips and tricks with you guys. First things first, I want to jump into all the products that I use, and then we'll go in with how I apply it and how I fill out my eyebrows. The first thing you're going to want to have, which I feel like is pretty self-explanatory, is a little spoolie brush. Any clean type of spoolie brush will do. This one's from Sephora, and I'll link it down below. All the products that I use in the video will be linked in the description box below in case you guys want to try them out for yourself. These are my tried and true eyebrow products, literally for years. So clean spoolie brush is number one, and then the next thing that is my holy grail eyebrow product, it probably comes as no surprise, but it is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I have it in the color soft brown. All right, the next thing you're gonna wanna have, which goes kind of hand in hand with the dip brow, is a small angled brush. I find that the stiffer the brush is, the better it is at creating those really fine brush strokes. So this is a teeny tiny one. It's nothing special, but it's been my favorite for years, and I just got it out of like a Clinique eyeshadow palette package thing, probably back in high school. Like I said, I've had this forever. I'll try and show you guys a closer look of what it looks like, but it's just a really fine like angled brush, and it doesn't really have a lot of give to it. So when you're looking for a good brush, look for one with an angle, one that has a really fine tip, and also one that's not too flexible. I feel like the stiffer it is, the easier it is to create more natural hair-like brush strokes. So yeah, this is the brush that I like to use with the dip brow. Another brush that comes in handy and I like to use is one like this. I am not a makeup guru, a beauty guru whatsoever, so I'm gonna have a terrible time trying to describe these brushes. So I'll just show you guys a closer look of what it looks like. Basically what I do is I'll just take some concealer with it. It's really great for cleaning up any areas that need cleaned up or sharpening or defining. So that is what this brush is used for. And then these are the last two items that I use in my brow routine. The first one is the Sephora Clear Brow Gel. This stuff is really great. I've been using it for months now, so I'll link this down below, and this is kind of like the finishing touch. And then you need a facial razor. I recently started using these. I don't know why I ever stopped because I used to in the past, but basically I fell down this rabbit hole on YouTube and started watching all these videos of people shaving the tail ends of their eyebrows off, and let me tell you, the afters are so, it blew my mind. It was like a facelift for your face just by doing that small simple thing, which is kind of scary. I wish I filmed it. I was a little nervous, so I did it off camera. But yeah, it doesn't even have to be dramatic. If I didn't tell you, I don't feel like you would know that I shaved the tail end of my eyebrows off. But basically what it does is it makes it so that you can draw your eyebrows higher, have a little more lifted arch. I also feel like it makes it a lot easier to achieve that like model lifted brow look that we've been seeing. I feel like I've been seeing it all the time, and I dig it so much. I'll insert some photos of what I'm talking about over here. But yeah, basically started with this YouTube creator, Snitchery, and she has a really great video on it, on how she shaves her eyebrows, the difference it makes for her. I'll have that linked in the description box below. And then there's so many other videos of people following her tutorial on shaving your eyebrows, and the before and afters are just so cool. Basically what you do is you fill out your eyebrows, lifted the way that you would like them, and it's a great way to see how they look on your face before actually shaving any excess hair off. But that's what I did. I just filled them in the way I wanted them to look, or the way I wanted to fill them in. And then I just went in with this little razor and removed any excess hair, and it totally lifted my face and made everything not feel as closed off. So keep that in mind. Even if you're not wanting to shave your eyebrows like me, it's still a really great tool to getting a really nice clean brow. And that is basically all of the products that I use in my brow routine. So let's jump in and I'll walk you guys through how I fill them in. First things first, we're gonna jump in with the spoolie brush and just brush up the hairs. Make sure none of them are messy looking. And then I'm going in with a dip brow, and what I like to do is I like to use either a paper towel or tissue paper, something small. It doesn't need to be this big, but what I like to do is when I go in and get the product with my brush, I'll take the product and then I'll apply any excess product to the napkin. That way it's there for later when I'm filling in the rest of my brows, and it's not all clumped on my brush when I go to apply it to my face. After I apply the excess to the paper towel, what I do is I pinch the brush, and pinching the brush in a napkin or a paper towel not only removes any excess product, but it also, I feel like, sharpens the line that you're able to create with the brush. So that is one of my biggest brow hacks ever. Now that the product is on the brush, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna kind of draw a line under the middle section of my eyebrow. I'm gonna start in the middle and then I'm gonna bring it upwards. Since I shave my eyebrows, I like to go in a more straight line, not entirely straight, but not as arched as I used to draw it. So I'll just show you. From there, what I like to do is grab some more product. Each time I go back in, I grab a little bit more product, pinch off any excess, and really create a really fine tip on the brush. And this is I'm literally a pretzel. After I create that main line that goes from the center to the tail, I like to go and start working upwards and fill in that arch. And then after that's done, I will start to feather in the front hairs, and I'll walk you guys through that in just a second. As you can see, I created the top arch and there's a little bit of blank space in the center. That's okay. Just remember when you're filling it in to do hair-like strokes, and I actually fill that in last. But yeah, my eyebrow hair just does not grow up there. Like I said, it grows down here. So that is just what I do. I fill in that section and it always turns out. Next, I'm going in with some more product, and what I'm gonna do is bring it up to the center. And I'm basically gonna start in the center again and just do flicks upward all the way to the inner corner of my brow. So that is what we're working with. We're almost done. All that's left to do really is to fill in this upper arch area. And another tip when you're filling in the inner corners is try to space the brush strokes further and further apart than you would towards the tail of your brow. I feel like that tends to look the most natural because it's a little bit less dense towards the center and then slowly gets heavier towards the end. So remember to use any product sparingly as you're moving in towards the inner corner of your brow, and that will give you the best result. Okay, now that this brow is done, you guys can see a huge difference from this side to the other and how much more lifted and awake my face looks. I'm gonna go ahead and add the finishing touches and go in with some concealer to clean up any of the edges. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand, and this is the concealer that I use like all over my face, under my eyes, basically anywhere that needs concealer. And the key to using concealer under your brows is to make sure that you are not getting too much product. You don't want to add anything heavy under there or cakey. A great way to kind of tell if you have too much product on your brush is to tap it to the napkin. Like I said, this comes in so much handy. That's not a good sentence. Oh well. And then I'm just going to go back in with my mirror and clean up the areas towards the inner corner and then just the bottom of the tail. And then the last thing we're gonna do is finish it with some brow gel, and we're done. I'm gonna go finish the other side, and then I'll meet you guys back here with the finished result. All right guys, I'm back, and this is the finished result of my eyebrow tutorial. This is how I fill in my eyebrows basically every day that I'm getting ready. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you end up using any of the tips or tricks, I would love it if you tag me because I want to see how it turns out on you. And yeah, like I said, if you guys want to try any of the products, I'll have them all linked in the description box below. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We are almost to like 8,000, which is so exciting. And yeah, join our YouTube fam, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.